When historians list Spain's worst monarchs, one name dominates them all: Ferdinand VII, remembered as El Rey Felon, the Felon King. Behind the myths of royal honor lies a story of deformity, cruelty, and obsession that turned a throne into a house of horrors. Before he was king, Ferdinand was already infamous in European courts for a severe physical deformity. Royal physicians documented a congenital malformation, an abnormally large and misshapen anatomy of it, that made normal deed impossible. His own mother-in-law wrote that he was not even a man. This rare condition would shape his marriages, his politics, and ultimately the fate of Spain. The first shock came on his wedding night in 1802 to his cousin Maria Antonia of Naples. Eyewitness letters describe a painfully awkward prince who didn't understand the act of marriage. For 11 months, the union remained unconsummated. When he finally succeeded, Maria Antonia suffered severe injuries and 2 miscarriages before dying at just 21. Her mother accused Ferdinand's deformity of causing her death. Humiliated across Europe as a failed husband, Ferdinand's insecurity curdled into obsession. After returning to power in 1814, he unleashed that obsession. The king, now in his 30s, an absolute ruler, became notorious for his nightly escapades through Madrid's red light districts. He and a circle of corrupt nobles visited brothels run by figures like the infamous papal. Witnesses claimed Ferdinand turned his deformity into a grotesque display, boasting of it and competing with courtiers. He collected tokens, cloths stained from deeds, labeling them by name and date. These trophies, later discovered after his death, revealed not only his depravity but how he used sexuality as a form of domination and revenge against families of his political enemies. While Spain collapsed around him, losing its American empire, executing reformers, and drowning in debt, Ferdinand lived for power and indulgence. Yet even in his private life, tragedy returned. In year 1816, he married Maria Isabel of Braganza, his Portuguese niece. Intelligent and cultured, she founded the Prado Museum and tried to restore dignity to the court. But when she went into labor in 1818, complications arose. Ferdinand ordered the surgeons to save the child at any cost. Without anesthesia, they performed a cesarean as the queen, still conscious, screamed in agony. Both mother and baby died. The court blamed the king's past diseases and neglect. Ferdinand's next marriage, in 1819, was to Maria Josepha Amalia of Saxony, a sheltered 16-year-old raised in a convent. The wedding night was disastrous. Frightened by her husband's thing's appearance and unaware of the act itself, the young queen fled in terror. Ferdinand's rage scandalized the court. For months, the marriage remained unconsummated, until the king appealed directly to Pope Pius VII, who wrote urging the queen to fulfill her marital duty. Even then, Maria Josepha would only agree under strict religious ritual, praying the rosary throughout. Their 10-year marriage produced no heir. She died in 1829, officially of fever, though many said fear and exhaustion destroyed her long before. At 45, Ferdinand married again, his 4th wife, Maria Cristina of Bourbon to Sicilies, another niece. But unlike his previous queens, she was pragmatic and politically shrewd. Aware of his condition, she sought medical help. Dr. Antonio Hernández, the royal physician, designed an ingenious device, a silk cushion with a small central opening, allowing the king to fulfill his duty without injuring the queen. For the first time, the arrangement worked. A year later, Maria Cristina gave birth to Isabella II, and 2 years later, to Luisa Fernanda. Yet even this success led to chaos. Spanish law forbade female succession, but Ferdinand, desperate to secure his line, overturned it with the Pragmatic Sanction of 1830, naming his daughter heir. When he died in 1833, his brother Don Carlos contested the decree, igniting the First Carlist War, a bloody conflict that tore Spain apart. After the king's death, Maria Cristina ordered his private rooms sealed. Servants later revealed a chest filled with dozens of labeled cloths, evidence of his long-rumored collection. It was domination turned ritual, a chilling blend of power, violence, and humiliation. The collection was quietly burned, though detailed accounts survived in court diaries. Ferdinand's reign left Spain broken, politically, morally, and economically. His corruption, vindictiveness, and personal cruelty stained the monarchy for generations. His daughter Isabella inherited not only his crown but his scandalous legacy, her own reign collapsing in revolution by 1868. Ferdinand VII's life remains a dark parable of monarchy without restraint. He transformed divine right into personal license, used faith to excuse brutality, and turned deformity into tyranny. Historians call him cowardly, selfish, and vengeful. But perhaps the truth is simpler. He was a predator wearing a crown, a reminder that power, when stripped of humanity, creates monsters.